I feel a disturbance in the force. Introduce a little anarchy, Anakin.
Hey everybody, how's everything going? Welcome to Custom Toys EC, a series of videos where I'm gonna talk about all the freaky stuff that all we freakies love. Today I have one of the most special figures of all time for me, and it's Hasbro Star Wars Black Series Archive Anakin Skywalker. He comes with the second head sculpt, and it's a re-release of the 2014 figure that, well, that one was a bit weird. I'm talking about the paint job. He looked really simple and kind of, toyish, but this time the archive repacks are way better in terms of detail and face printing and everything. So I am really excited. I'm opening this right now because I just can't wait any longer. I have waited 9 years for this figure. As I have told you many times in my videos, it's really difficult to get Star Wars action figures, especially here in my country, and I never got to see Anakin at any toy store whatsoever. This head sculpt looks great. He only comes with his lightsaber, and it's a bit thin and dark. Maybe it's because of the time of the release. The materials were a bit different back then. He looks awesome. A little bit glossy, but I don't care that much about that. I just only need to put some wash here and there, and yeah, fix the articulations as always. The shoulders are very loose. I wish I could lift them. I mean, they're really low, and the head is really floppy. I need to fix this right away. Also, the waist articulation is really loose, and the boots too. You don't know how happy I am for having this figure now. Let's try the other head. This one's way up. I don't know, maybe the ball socket is at a different distance than the other. This one sits better on the neck. So those are going to be the fixins. Putting that dark wash that I mentioned before is going to help the figure look more realistic and less glossy. So let's get to it. Because the video could get way too long, I am going to explain what I did. First, I took a small toothpick with a little drop of super glue inside the cracks of the joint and let it inside. And same thing as always, counting to 10 and moving the part, preventing of gluing it forever. That way the joint moved way better than before. And something else I couldn't show on camera was putting more super glue on the bolt joints of the hips. It was really difficult to get inside, but at the end it made the trick, so the legs are a bit stiffer. Most of the figures of this era were really loose. Now, if you can see, if I put the figure right here on the line, the left leg is a bit shorter than the right one. But it was way worse before. The right leg was about 3 millimeters longer. Now they're almost the same length. And what I had to do was pushing the leg with all my strength up into the hip joint. Hitting it up first and then cooling the piece so it stays there. For make the waist stiffer, I put a small piece of plastic inside the gap of the joint so it could make a better friction. Same thing with the shoulders, with these pieces of plastic here in the armpit gap. It's a good trick for anybody who wants to not only make the articulation stiffer, but those pieces help the shoulders to go a bit more up. They're still a bit low, but believe me, they're way better than before, around 3 millimeters, and now it's more playable. You should try this at home, it's really satisfying at the end. For the hand, I had to put a bit of super glue inside the joint as well. And always, don't forget to move them, counting to 10. After that, they are more steady. They can grab the lightsaber better now. This head, since it was the one that didn't came on the figure, was stiff enough. But this one, if you remember, it was really loose. But with a bit of super glue on the border of the socket, it helps to do the trick. Now take a look. I love his dark suit, and I have always loved this suit ever since I watched episode 2 and episode 3. It was a different iteration of a Jedi that we were really used to see those characters with bright colors, and seeing this one with dark colors on his suit, I mean, it may reflect the dark nature of the chosen one. The only thing that bothers me is the glossy effect. Well, that is not really an effect, but it's a flaw of the paint. These pieces look a bit different. I don't know if it's a different color or maybe the intensity of the paint. So I hope it's fixable, because preparing the exact same color, it may take some time. There's also some bleeding of the skin tone on the neck, and the dark side eyes are not that interesting. They look normal to me. They're actually red on the edges, then yellow, and then a tiny black dot in the middle. This head is almost perfect. I'm not touching the eyes. Probably I'm just accentuating the scar a bit more. Let's get started with the paint job. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. We start with a really thin down black wash here on the boots, so all the detail can pop up more. Something I wanted to talk about, and I've been waiting months for this. Have you seen Ahsoka series yet? I think it's, so far, the best thing that has ever happened to Star Wars, and that may be a bit hard to hear to some hardcore original trilogy fans, but I grew up with the prequels and I fell in love of Ahsoka. We wipe out the excess of paint with a cloth wet with thinner. I need to see your opinion down in the comments below. If you're a fan of the prequels, and if you saw the Clone Wars and Rebel series, you will be delighted with the Ahsoka series. Spoilers aside, it's a series that will touch your heart in every episode, so I really recommend it. The pieces of plastic of the armpits and waist are now painted in the same tone as the rest of the suit. We rub off the excess of paint here on the boots as well. Try to be gentle on this part. We don't want to take out the paint that is underneath. We only want to do an aging effect. I paint the edges with the same tone, or at least the one that I could prepare with black and a little tiny bit of metallic blue. I'm pretty sure when it's dry, it's going to look like the ones below. I hope. For any commission work, please contact us on Instagram as customtoys_EC. Now the effect is a bit matte, but since the boots look like leather, I want to polish the surface with an old toothbrush. That way, I'll give a satin finish to the clothing. Something funny that I want to talk about now is when Hayden Christensen appeared on the prequels, he was so criticized. It was really unfair to me. The guy did his best, and it's weird to see that a figure of a really hated actor could get so high on prices. And there it is, a really clear criticism on the scalpers and the hardcore fans of Star Wars. The hate to Hayden Christensen. I prefer peace, and I always appreciate the good things of everything, and I love the work that George Lucas did and now Dave Filoni on the chair of Star Wars. I mean, it's really beautiful what they are giving us with all these stories that are expanding the canon of Star Wars. So I really recommend everything that they're doing now. Not only Ahsoka, but Mandalorian, the Book of Boba Fett. I mean, if you are a real fan of Star Wars, instead of just giving hate, you will appreciate all the good things that they have to offer. Look at the detail that I gave to the belt and the gauntlet, with just a couple of tweakings of metallic paint. Now I'm putting a subtle wash of dark gray here on the hair. It will show all those complete details that I think are awesome. Now the best trick that you can do is mixing a bit of this brown with gold and just put it to give highlights to the hair, and it'll look very realistic. And now I just retouched the eyebrows a bit. The sculpt on this head is amazing. He looks just like the actor. For the dark side head, I fixed the eyes and put some shadowing around them. Now he looks bad guy and good guy. Do you like the effect that I did? I retouched the lightsaber because it was some sort of dark gray with some hints of silver, but it wasn't that metallic. And the lightsaber has to be really metallic, so I'm using the silver paint that I always use. I just add some more detail, like this gold. This part is the igniter. The red button, and the black stripes. These fixings were really great and fun to do. I enjoyed this custom process. Did you? And as a bonus, here is his Jedi robe. If you want to know how I did it, I'll leave a link for Emperor Palpatine's video so you can replicate the process. Here he is, the chosen one in all his glory. Just as seen on episode 3, and more recently on Obi-Wan series and of course Ahsoka series. What do you think about this custom? Did you enjoy this process? Please leave me down in the comments what do you think about this, and if you agree or disagree with my opinions on this character and actor, you can tell me your opinions. Remember, this is an open space so you can always express what you think about this freaky stuff that we all love. Just always be respectful. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so YouTube can notify you when we upload more videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye, and may the Force be with you.